Time Warner Cable is pleased to be an underwriting sponsor for Carolina Week.
Coming up on the February 23rd edition of Carolina Week.
Student Body President runoff is this Friday. I'm Joelle Kaplan. I'll show you why it's still anybody's race.
We'll look at the effects of budget cuts on one of Carolina's top professional schools.
In sports, the men's basketball team looks to make it 10 in a row against NC State, and we take an inside look at Blue Steel.
Weathercaster Drew Day will tell us if we can expect a nice sunny weekend or more of this cold spell.
All that and young patients handing out tickets to their doctors and nurses.
Carolina Week starts right now.
From the James F. Goodman Studio in the School of Journalism and Mass Communication at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, connecting campus and community, this is Carolina Week.
It's been more than 2 weeks since UNC students first cast votes for student body president. Good evening, I'm Andrea Lutka.
And I'm Jeremy Spearman. Thanks so much for joining us. But then the legality of one of the campaigns came into question. Once the Student Supreme Court cleared up that issue, we went into a runoff. Joelle Kaplan joins us live in the studio. Joelle, now we're about to vote again. Is all the controversy finally behind us?
Maybe, maybe not, Jeremy. The two contenders are unsure how 2 weeks of controversy might affect students' perceptions. And they know even in an election season without controversy, there's no way to predict what will happen in a runoff. 2 years ago, Thomas Edwards was the clear frontrunner heading into the SBP runoff, after receiving 41% of the general election vote. Former campaign staffer Nancy Thomas says Edwards and his supporters were optimistic.
People were definitely confident in Thomas, and the fact that he had been a front runner for the majority of the election. They kind of saw the other candidate as a dark horse.
That dark horse was Jasmine Jones, the second place finisher with only 21% of the vote. But after all four eliminated candidates united to back Jones,
UNC's next SPP will be Jasmine Jones.
She won the runoff with 51%. A year later, when Student Congress passed a bill to eliminate runoffs, Jones used her presidential veto, allowing for Friday's showdown between Mary Cooper and Ian Lee. Lee and Cooper both say they hope to rekindle students' enthusiasm and keep the campaign controversies in the past.
I was really excited to be able to kind of get back on the campaign trail, talk to students, begin a new positive era of the campaign, and start moving forward. I think everybody was a little tired of where we were.
You know, I get to be back out there, and I get to be introducing myself to more people, talking to more people, and sort of just trying to get the rest of campus excited about student government the way that I see it, instead of the way it has been.
Since being eliminated, neither Rick Ingram nor Brooklyn Stevens has chosen to endorse Lee or Cooper. But Lee doesn't think their endorsements would have the same effect as the ones from 2 years ago.
Especially with the way this campaign season's gone, that I'm not sure that there's either endorsements either way is going to help too much, because I think students are just sort of jaded with the process.
Though Cooper received 39% of the first vote and Lee received 25%, there's no way to predict the outcome of a runoff, as Thomas knows all too well.
Especially after the Thomas's experience, I think that you can never be sure, no matter how many endorsements you've won or how many people you have changed their profile picture on Facebook, you can never be 100% sure that you're going to win an election.
Thomas says she knows the runoff system needs to change. One idea is that each voter would rank all of the candidates, and if no one received a majority, votes for the last place candidate would automatically go to those voters' second choice.
Now, Joelle, when will we finally expect to know the results of this long SBP race?
The vote is this Friday on Connect Carolina, and there's no reason to believe that we won't have the results Friday night. Make sure to tune into our runoff election special Friday night at 10.
That's Joelle Kaplan live in our studio. Thanks, Joelle.
We'll soon have a new SBP, and Student Congress has a new speaker. Tuesday night, members questioned the only candidate, Alex Mills, before casting their votes. Ethics Chair Keith Lee confirmed the decisions, and the body promoted Mills to Speaker from his position as Speaker Pro Tem. Congress voted again and elected Zach De La Rosa as the new Speaker Pro Tem to replace Mills.
The spring semester is far from over, but without some generous contributions from alumni, donors, and students, yesterday would have been the last day of classes for the rest of the semester. Now, yesterday was Tag Day at UNC, the day every year when the university recognizes the important role private donations play in keeping the university running. Without private contributions, Carolina would have shut its doors for the year yesterday, a sobering reminder of how important giving back to the university really is. Private contributions fund a variety of things across campus, including the North Carolina Botanical Gardens, University Library resources, and even our incredible news studio right here in the School of Journalism.
Two original Freedom writers, the students made famous by their book and movie, are encouraging UNC students to make a difference. Authors Henry Jones and Tony Becerra relived their life experiences as troubled teenagers for more than 50 people at the Sonia Haynes Stone Center. Jones and Becerra spoke about their hardships and life as mentors for kids like they were. After the speeches, audience members could buy books, get autographs, and of course snap a few photos with the two speakers. Becerra says mentoring is a duty and a chance to be a role model.
Well, it seems UNC and Duke can agree about one thing, and that's this year's summer reading book. Officials from both schools chose Jonathan Saffron Foer's Eating Animals. This is the first time UNC and Duke have collaborated on the summer reading program. The book describes Foer's decision to become a vegetarian. The joint decision allows the author to easily visit both campuses. Bull's Head Bookshop has already sold out of the book, but is expecting a new shipment later this week.
Upcoming UNC graduates might have a tough decision to make. Graduates have long known that information on their Facebook profiles was fair game, but now some businesses might want your password too as part of the job application process. This would allow potential employers to see things like private messages and even photographs. We asked UNC students what they'd do if their Facebook privacy was in jeopardy.
I think I would say no, and that's ridiculous, and you can't have my private passwords to my business.
I would probably deny them my password, but I would offer them to look at my page because that is public.
The ACLU says for employers to ask for this information is an invasion of privacy.
Now, many UNC students are one step closer to possibly saving a life after participating in Relay for Life's Be the Match Bone Marrow Registry Drive. More than 50 students came out to the event yesterday and registered as bone marrow donors. To become a registered donor, students spend 15 minutes filling out consent forms and swabbing the inside of each cheek twice. A National Marrow Donor Program representative explained the donating process to students and encouraged them to challenge their friends to become donors.
UNC has dealt with 5% budget cuts across the board this year, and the UNC Nursing School will see fewer students in the classroom as a result. Carly Stevenson has that story.
UNC sophomore Sydney Jones applied to the nursing school in December. What she didn't know is that the nursing school would be cutting enrollment by 25%.
Well, it's not actually something you wanted to hear right before you're supposed to find out. It's definitely really unfortunate that they're cutting from one of the best professional schools that we have here at UNC.
About 200 new nurses graduate from the Bachelor of Science in Nursing program in the Accelerated program each year. 174 people have already applied to the Accelerated program this year.
With the budget cuts, the next graduating class will have 50 fewer new nurses, which means there will be some empty seats in this classroom next year.
Dean Kristen Swanson says this comes at a time when there will be more job opportunities for nurses.
With healthcare reform, there is many more opportunities for nurses to be able to make a difference in enabling people across the state to have access to care.
Jones has worked at UNC hospitals for 3 semesters and answers phones at the Women's Hospital for a nursing unit.
And I am nervous, but you just really have to have a backup in case things don't go the way you hope.
Junior Tabitha Linville, a nursing major at UNC, has some advice for pre-nursing majors.
Just to try really hard and do your best in all of your stuff, but don't stress out about it. I think that makes it worse.
Good advice for those in an atmosphere that will be even more competitive next year. In Chapel Hill, I'm Carly Stevenson, Carolina Week.
This year, the nursing school will admit the Bachelor's of Science nursing students in May and the accelerated students in January, which is a change from previous years. You know, Jeremy, that indoor smoking ban has been in effect in North Carolina for almost a year now.
Right, now coming after the break, we'll let you know what kind of difference it's made in bars and restaurants.
Hey, Sarah.
Oh my gosh, he's so cute. How do you know him?
Come on, Donovan, do it like I taught you. Love the new tattoo, Sarah. Let's go!
Dude, what? Dude, that's Sarah. The girl in the pink shirt, that's the girl I was telling you about.
Oh, that's Sarah?
Theater 2 on your left. Hey, Sarah. What color underwear today?
Hey, Sarah. So when are you going to post something new?
Anything you post online, anyone can see. Family, friends.
See you later, Sarah.
Even not so friendly people. Think before you post.
In today's health story, after the state banned smoking in bars and restaurants last year, most people are breathing a lot easier. Health reporter Jenny Brown reports.
Even the regulars at Orange County Social Club Bar in Carborough say they don't mind the smoking ban.
I only smoke pretty limited at bars anyway, and so it's not a big deal to come outside, except for the winter time. Then I'd probably smoke a little less.
Public health researchers at UNC found strong public support for the smoking ban. That's one reason why Public Health Officer Jim Martin says the new law's working. Another reason is cleaner air.
So what we saw is an 89% improvement in air quality in restaurants and bars across the state.
This chart shows what Martin was talking about. Here's the level of smoke pollution before the indoor ban, and here it is now. As you can see, the level of indoor smoke pollution has dropped dramatically since the smoking ban went into effect.
The clean air makes bartender Trey Shawley's job better.
Usually when I was working, I would exhale out of my nose and I would taste cigarettes, and I am not a cigarette smoker. So that has been very beneficial to me in that I'm actually enjoying breathing where I work.
UNC public health professor Kurt Ribisel says that will lead to better health.
Not only is it a long-term risk factor for lung cancer and so forth, you have short-term effects like asthma.
The ban could have other benefits for people such as Chapel Hill resident David Montgomery.
I've tried to quit several times and failed, but it stuck after the smoking ban.
And that's in line with reports from the North Carolina Quit Line that more calls are coming in from smokers trying to quit. In Chapel Hill, I'm Jenny Brown, Carolina Week.
Now, goals for health officials and researchers include banning smoking in outdoor areas like North Carolina parks and beaches.
Going on the internet is no longer an effective way to purchase cigarettes. A new study from the UNC Gillings School of Global Public Health reveals that a 2005 ban on using credit cards to pay for cigarettes on the internet has reduced the size and reach of the online cigarette industry. Most internet vendors offer tax-free cigarettes, making them cheaper than those sold at stores. This method undermines the effect higher prices have on reducing smoking. The study also found that many online cigarette vendors were forced to shut down as a result of the ban.
The J.C. Burns Center at UNC Hospitals is celebrating its 30th anniversary today. First Gentleman Bob Eves, husband of Governor Bev Perdue, visited the Burns Center this morning as part of the celebration. Medical Director Bruce Cairns gave Eves a tour of the 21-bed facility, which is currently at maximum capacity. Eves spoke with some of the Burns Center patients, thanked doctors for their work, learned about new skin treatments the Burns Center is developing, and even served some cake at the reception after the tour.
Well, you've heard the old saying, it's out with the old and in with the new. Well, sometimes the old and the new can coexist. Franklin Street's First Church plans to expand its space by nearly 30,000 square feet. The Chapel of the Cross began construction in 1843, and officials hope to begin more in 2012. The town is reviewing the church's development application to add a new fellowship hall, classrooms, and office space to the existing facility. Total project cost, $7 million.
Now, what better place for a fundraising event in a college town but at a bar? A large crowd gathered at Back Bar in Chapel Hill to help support a good cause Tuesday night. The event featured 7 hours of live entertainment from student musicians and a cappella groups, and IPA was the featured charity beer of the evening. The UNC Build a Block project received a $1 donation for everyone sold. All of the donations benefit the UNC Build a Block and UNC Habitat Honduras Spring Break.
Social media will play a large part in engaging the home viewers of the 83rd Academy Awards this Sunday. Experts say Twitter and Facebook messages might be the most efficient way to drive people to tune in. ABC hopes to capitalize on this trend with an interactive website that will complement these social media sites. The site will offer a behind-the-scenes look at the award show, streaming live video of winners celebrating backstage after receiving an Oscar. The website currently is engaging fans by asking them to pick their winners from the list of nominees and offering short video recaps of the year in cinema. Well, we've got weathercaster Suzanne Wilson joining us live in the studio.
Yes, Suzanne, are we going to finally get some rain this week? I know it's been quite a while.
It has been a while for rain, but today it was a little chilly. This little guy here definitely did not need a jacket with that fur coat, but we did. But will those temperatures be warming up into the weekend? Stay tuned for our 5-day forecast after the break.
Ready to go?
Yeah, but the fire's not out.
Close enough.
Close enough? If it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave. I mean, the next thing you know, you've torched our whole neighborhood.
Which is why we're not going anywhere?
Exactly. 9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
About his mother. Your mother. Their mother. But in the end, is anyone really even thinking about them?
Carolina Week. I'm Suzanne Wilson with your 5-day forecast. We have had some average temperatures. You think that maybe in the mid-50s isn't average. For this time of year, upper 50s, low 60s is average. So we've actually been experiencing some normal temperatures, and it looks like there's finally going to be some rain for Thursday. We are in a severe drought condition, so rain is very much needed. And so hopefully we'll be getting a little bit on Thursday, as well as some warm temperatures into the weekend are going to be coming up. As I take a look at our satellite radar, you can see there's not much going on in the North Carolina region, just a few clouds. It has been a clear day today, but if you look out over here to the west, there are a lot of clouds, which is the system that's going to be moving into the area starting Thursday. Again, as surface map, this high pressure system over here is moving off the coast, and that's what's been bringing us the cooler temperatures yesterday and today. So this pressure system here will be moving over to the coast and bringing us some rain into Thursday. So we're having clear skies for today and into tomorrow, but the clouds will continue to progress as the day continues. Tonight, we can expect some mostly clear skies, and with clear skies comes a faster cooling. So we're going to get to a low temperature of 32, so that jacket's definitely going to be needed. Some chilly evening temperatures, so if you're out there, make sure that you have a jacket this evening. Into tomorrow, clouds will begin to increase into the day as the evening progresses. We'll have plenty of sunshine during the day, but towards the evening of Thursday, showers will move into the area, and we're going to have a high of around 52 for tomorrow. Looking at the surface map of tomorrow, it definitely got way more busy out there compared to the last surface map. We have this pressure system sitting off to the coast, sitting to our west, and it's going to be making its way over the Carolinas into tomorrow evening, probably mid 8 o'clock, and so after we're probably going to see some rain, especially some rain after midnight Thursday evening. So Friday morning, we'll definitely be seeing some rain early in the night. If you're heading out to the basketball game tonight versus NC State and UNC, we're going to be experiencing some cooler temperatures around 8 o'clock, 44 for the temperature, tip off at 9 o'clock, 42. And after the game, definitely going to need the jacket because temperatures are going to be cooling down. So as you're making your way from RBC Center, around 40 for the evening. If you're making your way to the coast or the mountains this weekend, if you're traveling, we're going to have some nice temperatures, 57 in Asheville, 63 in Charlotte, 62 in Wilmington. These are Saturday temperatures, so we're going to be warming up into Sunday, but Saturday will still be quite nice. Take a look at our 5-day forecast. Thursday, 59, again, showers towards the beginning of the evening, late in the evening, but mostly Friday morning we'll be seeing some rain showers as the day progresses. 69 for Friday, so temperatures are warming up. Saturday, a high of 60, warm evening Saturday, 73 on Sunday. Nice warm temperatures for the weekend, so we have something to look forward to in the beginning of next week as well.
Definitely, Suzanne. It's been crazy weather. I mean, I don't know whether to wear shorts or jeans one day the next.
Yep.
Thanks, Suzanne.
Thanks. Soon, North Carolina officials might be racing to catch youth speeding. New legislation calls for cameras to catch speeding in school zones and construction areas statewide. If the law passes, cameras will be installed across the state to catch speed limit violators for the next 15 years. The cameras use radar to determine a car's speed and then take pictures of its license plate and send a ticket to the driver in the mail. Each speeding ticket could cost anywhere from $125 to $250. The money generated from ticket fines will help pay off the state debt. And we've got sportscaster Justin Page joining us live in the studio.
Yeah, Justin, big game in Raleigh tonight, and obviously none of us were thinking whenever we got dressed
I'm
today.
sorry, it was an accident. I'm sorry.
No, I was going to have to say a little too much red here at the desk today, especially when you consider Carolina's showdown against the Wolfpack in Raleigh tonight. Coming up after the break, we'll show you how the men's basketball team looks to do what the women couldn't.
Have you ever considered, I don't know, getting it waxed?
Waxed?
Yeah.
Bro, that's a little weird.
I don't know. Doesn't seem that weird to me.
Just keep shaving my back, okay? Oh, dude, can I get a bite?
What? With my spoon? It's disgusting.
Turn over this log. Yeah. Whoa! I like the big black ones. I like the brown wiggly ones.
I like the green crunchy ones myself.
Whoa.
Get out and explore nature. There's surprises everywhere. Go to discovertheforest.org.
Anyone up for dessert?
Hello and welcome to Carolina Week Sports. I'm Justin Page. The UNC men's basketball team has now won 3 games in a row, but those wins have definitely been far from pretty. So it could be a good thing that the team gets to play NC State tonight in Raleigh. Last month, the Heels beat the Wolfpack by 20 at the Smith Center, and the game absolutely jump-started Harrison Barnes' season. There you see him right there knocking down the jumper. He scored 25 points in the game, and since then has definitely played up to fans' expectations. John Henson also took care of business against the Pack. Take a look at this dunk right here, and that should be a good sign going into tonight's game. Heels looking for their 10th straight win against the Pack. Tip-off is at 9. And another player who will definitely play a role in tonight's game is also enjoying some success off the court. Tyler Zeller, UNC's leading scorer in ACC play, is now a first-team academic All-American. The business major is the 8th Tar Heel to earn the honor and the first since Eric Montross back in 1994. Zeller also leads the team in field goal percentage and free throw percentage and has averaged 16 points in the past 7 games. And if the Heels play well tonight, we might see our favorite walk-on squad make an appearance. But who are the men behind the myth of Blue Steel? Rachel Nash gives us an inside look.
You can hear it coming. It's Blue Steel, Carolina basketball's walk-on squad. And a Blue Steel appearance means one thing. UNC is about to get the victory.
The success of the team is really what really drives Blue Steel, I think.
Besides senior guard Daniel Bullock, get familiar with the other Blue Steelers. There's David DuPont, DJ Johnston, Patrick Crouch, Van Hatchell, and Stuart Cooper. It was Cooper who came up with the vision for the Steel.
It's really cool because, none of us are really used to being recognized and stuff like that. People like chanting Blue Steel at the end of games and stuff. It's pretty awesome.
He drew inspiration from one of his favorite movies, Zoolander.
Well, I guess the look I'm best known for is Blue Steel.
What's that look like?
So we know that the fans love them, but what do the scholarship athletes think of Blue Steel?
They're fun to be around, and they definitely add a lot of humor to our group.
The walk-ons went on a pranking rampage during winter break. Case in point, covering John Henson's ride with 2,000 sticky notes. All jokes aside, the members of Blue Steel know they have a job to do during practice.
They're like the unsung hero of this team because they always, push every day in practice. They give us what we need.
But Bullock says being a walk-on means something greater than even Blue Steel itself.
It's just a dream come true, really, something you dream about as a kid, and, I gotta pinch myself sometimes when I'm actually living it.
Feel the Steel. In Chapel Hill, I'm Rachel Nash, Carolina Week Sports.
Now Blue Steel has taken over the Twitter world as well. The group now has almost 4,000 followers. The women's basketball team might have to play in the first round of the ACC tournament after losing to NC State on Monday. Early on, the Heels just couldn't hold on to the ball in the first half, committing 10 turnovers that allowed the Wolfpack to go on, get this, a 21-0 run. You see the and one unbelievable stretch by the Wolfpack. but the Heels did make a push behind Shayla White's career-high 20 points. But you can definitely tell by Jessica Bruin's reaction that it just wasn't enough. Italy Lucas and company will have to play better against Georgia Tech on Thursday to hang on to 4th place in the conference. And after going 4-0 in California, the Diamond Hills are back at the Bosch this weekend to open their home season, and they headline a very busy weekend in Carolina athletics. Number 24 Diamond Hills hosts Seton Hall this weekend. You can catch them 3 times, Friday at 3, Saturday at 2, or Sunday at 1. And you can also catch the number 22 softball team as the Hills host the Carolina Classic. They have Georgetown Friday, Florida International, and St. Joe's on Saturday, and Penn State on Sunday. And then moving on to lacrosse, after a loss to Ohio State, the men's team looks to rebound at home on Friday against Navy. Meanwhile, the women host Northwestern. And of course, men's basketball hosts Maryland Sunday night as the Heels try to keep pace with Duke in the ACC. So definitely a busy weekend in Carolina sports. And one other note, football spring game set for April 9th. That's a Saturday at 3 o'clock, ushering in a new era for Butch Davis's football program. So should be fun to watch moving forward.
Definitely a lot going on this weekend. We'll be watching and cheering hard tonight, Justin.
Absolutely. Hey, and the weather, as Suzanne mentioned earlier, should be spectacular. So get out there and root for your Heels.
All right, great. Thanks so much, Justin. And Jeremy, you know, I'm advising you to steer clear of the Children's Hospital for now.
Why is that?
Because you might get a ticket, and I know you already have a glove box full of them. Is that right?
Yeah, you shouldn't be talking about that. Very funny, but we'll show you some youngsters writing up tickets coming up after the break.
If you have a story idea, call Carolina Week at 919-843-8292 or email us at carolinaweek@unc.edu. If you have questions about this program, write Carolina Week at Campus Box 3365, UNC-CH, Chapel Hill, North Carolina 27599. Be sure to check out Carolina Week and Carolina Connection online at carolinaweek.org.
My mama always said, life is like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're gonna get.
Lions, tigers, bears. Oh my! I could have been a contender.
Well, sirens, flashing police lights, and citations, that's something you normally don't see in a hospital.
Right. Our Preston Stanley has a story about the young troopers who are taking over the hospital.
Master Trooper Brian Davis works for the Highway Patrol, and he was in charge of the recent Junior Trooper 4-day program at the North Carolina Children's Hospital.
And I built a wheelchair for children. It is a patrol car, has blue lights, a siren, red lights.
Davis started this program because, like the children here now, he too once had a special experience as a patient at the Children's Hospital.
While I was here, Hubert Davis was on the Carolina basketball team, and he had brought an autographed basketball by the 90-91 team.
Now, Brian Davis is paying it forward with the Junior Trooper program. Kids here at the Children's Hospital got to patrol the hallways using this pen to write tickets, wearing this Junior Trooper's hat, and the coolest part by far, calling people out with this siren. Davis swore in patients like Alicia Torres and Brandon Carden before they hit the road or the halls, writing citations to violators.
Where to eat my vegetables.
The Junior Troopers wrote citations for speeding, walking while texting, and not getting the flu shot.
Now, what are you charged of?
I was speeding and not wearing my seatbelt.
And how do you plead?
Guilty.
And how do you get out of it?
Ice cream.
And the smiles and laughs of the kids, just music to the ears of Trooper Davis. And he says he hopes this program continues for years to come. In Chapel Hill, I'm Preston Stanley, Carolina Week.
Jeremy, what a great program. It's so inspirational for those kids.
Yeah, definitely a very unique program. Well, that does it for this edition of Carolina Week. Make sure to tune into our live election show Friday night at 10 o'clock.
Thanks for watching. Have a good night.